Daniel, we are here in the first Green Signage Hall of Fame at Digital Signage Summit. What do we see here?
We see 14 different companies that are exposing their products, and we thought it should be an inspiration for all other market participants to see what can be done today when it comes to green signage.
So we've been speaking of green signage for years at invidis. And there are three principles: reduce, reuse, recycle. How do the individual companies put these principles into action?
We see that, of course, the biggest impact on decarbonization is being done by reducing energy. And then, for example, we have here those e-papers from two different suppliers, both from Visionect, but also from PPDS, that are coming more and more into the market. Having a very low energy consumption can be used in remote applications, and showing that low energy consumption doesn't mean that it is low quality.
And what I really like about these displays that we have here, you can really see the progression of the technology. They're well designed, they display the content very nicely. So I think e-paper displays, they're really getting up to the standard.
There's one area where we haven't been discussing so much reducing energy, but personally I believe that software is something where we should put our focus in the years to come. And there's the Canadian company Broadsign. They are the first ones who comply to the principles of the Green Software Foundation, which is basically common sense, but software companies have so far considered not being a prime target to look into green signage much more effectively as they are doing now. And I think here's a big improvement potential, because even if hardware has the largest CO2 footprint savings, software can do a lot of things in order to also contribute to the subject.
And we have another software company here, which is Signage OS. Can you explain what they are doing?
Yeah, Signage OS is basically providing an operating system that if you have a diverse platform of hardware, then they can speak to each other. You have this called middleware, you implement it, and you don't need to exchange your hardware fleet. You install Signage OS and you can speak different software generations with each other, different hardware generations. So I believe that is a very sustainable thing, because it goes into this reuse and recycle, because then you have hardware that is not just planned for the average lifetime of 3 to 5 years. You can prolong the lifetime, like Google's Chrome OS Flex is in a similar way an operating system that prolongs the lifetime of the hardware, and which is, we believe, is a very sustainable way of approaching it.
Speaking of hardware, we also have an outdoor display manufacturer here, which is Dynascan. And this is interesting because outdoor displays are usually not very energy efficient, because they need to be high brightness. So how is Dynascan doing that?
I think they're very a great expert in thermal management, and they can, both with ventilation and the use of high quality materials, they can use the energy consumption by 25%, which is in this application, which is exposed to heat, cold, rain, storm, very critical, and shows that there are solutions that are not just pumping energy, but there's a thought behind, there's an intelligence, and there's a technology behind that makes it a more sustainable approach.
And this is interesting because this is based on an LCD screen, and LCD screens have been around forever. And this shows that still with an established technology, there is a lot of improvement to be done.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So are we going to see this next year too, at next year's Digital Signage Summit Europe?
I hope so, very much. And I hope that we also see other companies coming along, and that serves as an inspiration. What can be done, what can be improved, and to drive the development for the entire industry a bit further.